Hey everyone! Sorry about the abrupt opening, but I just looked on my friends list and I happened to notice that Winkelmann and Lukcid are playing their Summit der Langrisser Round of 64 elimination match. So I thought I would tune in, pop a stream up real quick so we could watch two really strong players, both Season 11 Apex Arena Langrisser ranked players already. I'm gonna have to go close the door of my studio and get my laptop plugged in, so we'll be commentary-less for a little bit of this band pick, but I'll be right back and we will pick right up and resume watching this match. Alright, I'm back. I don't have the chat up yet, so that's my next step, but I'm at my desk. So, interesting, we see Winkelmann here has Alicia in the box, and Ashamar, both still available, so we may get to see them in play. He's also bringing Archon out, so rumors of Archon's death have been greatly exaggerated. He doesn't really drop off dramatically until Lightbringer / New Elma and Christian's exclusive helmet. Both tanks undisplaceable at that point. Nevercid looks like he's got Azusa. He does have Lostum in here, so it'll be interesting to see what his Lostum looks like if he does get him out. We are going to see an Alicia. With knowing Lukcid, it's probably a good Lostum already. Alright, let's do the responsible thing and get my chat ready so I can actually see what y'alls are saying. I usually have my stream all set up in advance, but I wasn't expecting this match to come up right now, so just couldn't miss the opportunity. I had to jump on and check out what's up. Jenny asking in the Discord if this is Ding playing on the Winkelmann account, and the reason he asks that is because Ding was playing the Winkelmann account in normal Apex Arena earlier in the regular season, I think maybe the first week. He was interested in playing a global ladder session, but for Summit der Langrisser that's not allowed. You have to play your own account, you enter your own account. So, unless Ding had actually, bought Winkelmann's account and owned it, this is going to be Winkelmann actually playing. So yeah, on Winkelmann's side we have... both sides draft really aggressive boxes here. So we've got Lucretia, Dehart and Werner for Assassins. Not like they really need the guard ignore, but they're going for one-hit kill potential, obviously. Archon, pretty dangerous because he can displace any of these and pull himself in and potentially get a kill. He has a revive as well, so he can get in the mix and be annoying to get rid of. And Alicia, not strictly an assassin, but she can be surprisingly mobile. She forces the opponent to count tiles. And then on Lukcid's side, we have a little bit of a glory lineup with Werner, Elwyn, and T-Jess, so he's got a lot of mobility. He can definitely threaten. I mean, they both sides have a lot of mobility. But Lukcid being able to teleport someone into position. Elwyn is also a really good zone control unit. Watham there as well, does kind of the same thing, and Epsilon, so he's kind of got a dream team of scary units you don't want to see in your opponent's box. And they're all on the field. Epsilon with the accelerated aid as well, just a little bit of a sneaky additional movement boost. He does go with the Watham with Air Slash, so potentially looking for the first round kill. Winkelmann smartly backlines his team here to nip that in the bud, but with a little bit of mobility boost, it's possible that Nevercid can still go for it. His team looking largely normal, other than the Alicia. He does have a mass attack and an AoE on the Lucretia. So it'll be very interesting to see what this Alicia can do. I know kind of the bar for Alicia was one-shotting Wathams, so we may get to see that happen. Her 3C also has the follow-up AoE, so she can potentially kill this Elwyn through his revive. So kill the first life with the actual damage part of the 3C, and then the follow-up AoE to take out his second life. And of course she has that little fake faction buff from D-Hard as well. Pretty interesting start to this. So chat, what do you think? Who do you favor for this the first round draft, Winkelmann or Nevercid? Both scary, aggressive teams. Mr. Zell enjoying seeing D-Hard on the field. Alright, so that Watham is going to take that first turn jump, and he's going to try to take this Alicia out before we even get to see her do anything. Okay, so that is it. So that should be a 1-for-1 trade. Winkelmann has the tools to clean up this Watham. Reaper's not a long cooldown, but currently Lucretia only has her AoE left. So Nevercid has follow-up with T-Just to the sword. Now she can't one-shot, or is he... No, he'll have his revive regardless. It's just if he's not in water, it doesn't bring him all the way up to 60%. Oh, he doesn't have his revive. Oh, his passive was blocked from Watham's debuff. Very nice kill there. As the last threatening unit who hadn't acted yet, a very smart move for Lukcid to jump in and take him out. So Winkelmann is going to have turn priority. He is going to be able to continue the trade down, but the problem is now Lukcid is closing in with both of these units. Okay, so we have a Werner versus Werner move there. Not a bad idea to get him off the table while you still have a first strike unit alive. T-Jess has already done her job, so she's in deep behind enemy lines without a DPS skill, so she figures just clean up that golem and reduce Lucretia's effectiveness. That takes away the cooldown aspect as well, so Lucretia literally has to wait the 2 turns for her Reaper to come back. It also obviously takes away the revive. Which means this Elwyn can now go for the Werner. Or the Lucretia. Unless D-Heart's gonna stun him here. Yeah, D-Heart's gonna stun him. Nice play. Forces Nevercid to bring Epsilon in to finish off that Werner instead. So Epsilon's DPS skills are on cooldown now. He'll have to wait. Not like he needs his big skills to be able to kill a Lucretia, for example. Lucretia just doing something to do something. D-Heart steals the shield. Hilarious! That should stun Elwyn again. Yep. Wow, look at that. A nice shielded D-Heart. Brutal. Brutal. This T-Jess is in a tough spot here now. She could teleport back to her Elwyn. She's gonna go for the Lucretia. Wow, and she gets that kill. She gets that kill with just a regular attack. Lucretia on the tree. Good for her. Elwyn's fine here. Now, Elwyn does have the opportunity to dispel the shield. So, it's certainly possible he's going to secure the kill on this D-Heart. In fact, I think he has to dispel it. He only has the 2 buffs. So this D-Heart's probably toast. Yeah, Winkelmann knows it. He doesn't even want to see the shield get dispelled. He wants to leave the match with that shield still glowing brightly on his D-Heart sprite. I guess I need to leave and come back. Not you, Boomerang. Here we are. Alright, ban pick for game 2. I believe this round is just best of 3, so if Lukcid wins this one, he should advance. If Winkelmann wins, then we'll go on to another game. So Winkelmann ditching the Werner, bringing up Azusa. Not huge changes. Oh, and Winkelmann going for first pick lost him. So we will get to see just how devoted these guys have been to the brand new unit. Brand new lost them. I played a couple games in this last window. It was the first chance I had to play today, and I do have lost them in my box. And I didn't run into any other Lostums. So this is kind of going to be my first chance to really see him in action in Global. It'll be interesting to see if both players go for those aggressive trade boxes again. I mean, it's what their boxes are built for, so it's kind of inevitable, really. Then it just comes down to how well they play it. So Lukcid opting for the first pick, Lucretia. Always still a scary first pick. Unfortunately, Alicia died too soon in the last game for us to get to see her do anything. So maybe we'll get to see Alicia pull the trigger on someone in this game. Maybe we'll get to see Ashamar. So Winkelmann is bringing out Hilda. It's not a bad idea versus a first pick Lucretia, because he knows that she can at least eat magical attacks for his teammates. It also kind of takes Archon off the table for Lukcid. And of course the anti-crit aura. Lukcid getting IBC for the mobility boost. Well, partially at least for the mobility boost. She's a good all-round unit. Lukcid does still have a couple of assassins available, well, 4 assassins. Time is ticking here. Okay, so we're gonna see Lostum versus Lostum. I haven't seen a Lostum yet, and now I'm gonna get to see 2 of them. So it'll be interesting to see what Lukcid's priority is for that Lostum. Is he going to try to 3C the tank? Is he going to try to use the Guard Ignore Assassinate skill? And who's he going to use it on? The other Lostum? Lostum plays a kind of similar role as Cherie in terms of being like a hit-and-run assassin with the ability to stun. So Winkelmann with 2 Cheries on his team, Lostum and actual Cherie. Now it'll be interesting to see if he goes for Ashamar here as well. No, he's gonna play it safe and use the unit he knows best. Not getting too fancy with the new stuff. I suspect we'll see Cherie come out here on Lukcid's side. Archon does not do too much for him against Hilda. Cherie at least can safely pick Hilda's anti-crit aura off and then run away. Lukcid keeping us in suspense. Is he going to let RNG pick? Oh, he is going to go for Archon. Interesting. The Archon does still at least discourage Winkelmann from leaving his units outside of Hilda's anti-displacement range, so that is something. Like a kind of intangible psychological side effect of having Archon out there. Otherwise, with units like Archon or his own Loston, there would be a temptation to kind of poke them out a bit or park them on defensive terrain to get them ready to set up their big attacks. But this way they kind of have to stay close, or else Lukcid's Archon can do something sneaky and aquatic. Okay, so both players are going to be picking their skills and setting up their formation on the map. We don't get to watch that part, unfortunately. But we'll be able to check in with them as soon as this map loads in. Very interested in seeing this and this. What star do we think those Lostims are, chat? Are we thinking 5 or 6 stars for these guys? These are both playoff level players, so I would certainly think that they plan on summoning Lostim up to about 5 stars so they can have them fully ready for playoffs when playoffs start. That doesn't mean they necessarily have to be 5 stars already, like some do. That one's 5 stars. We got unicorns on the Cherie. Pirates on the Archon. No teleport on Tejas. No teleport. This one's also 5 stars, so yeah, they both pulled their Lostim up to 5 stars. Going with a full, nearly full, functionally full AoE Lucretia. That makes sense. So he's not going to try to melt that Hilda down with Lucretia, which some people opt to try to do. Instead, he's probably going to try to soften up Winkelmann's team with AoEs. There's no dedicated healer. There's just whatever side healing he can muster. So soften up this team with AoEs to let these 2 assassins work around the Hilda. For Winkelmann's side, Lukcid doesn't have a tank or a healer, proper healer, so he pretty much just has to get into position, gradually move up while keeping his units alive, and all 4 of these units can pick someone off. So it'll really just be a question of whether Winkelmann can slowly move up with his Hilda and keep his units safe from those assassination attempts long enough for him to be able to clean up. So we'll see if that plan works out. Must-win game for Winkelmann here. Archon threatening. So he can already pull. Move the Tidal Surge. And the thing is, once he pulls and gets his act again, he doesn't have to commit to attacking the unit he pulled. He can then get his act again and move somewhere else and kill someone else. So he's in attack position. Cherie will be able to get into attack position as well. She doesn't really need to be able to kill with that Shadow Raid with unicorns, just enough to pop someone and get her act again as well. Lostom has only a little bit of terrain on this map to grapple to, but he can grapple to units as well, of course, so still obviously a threat. No teleport on T-Jess is interesting. I guess Winkelmann figures he doesn't really need it. He can close ground without popping someone in. And this just gives T-Jess a little bit more uptime on her own damage. So she can kind of sit with Hilda and pluck away at people. Alright, Lukcid, not content to wait for Winkelmann to come to him, he's gonna go ahead and make the 3C attempt on Hilda. So he does take a life, and then runs back. Was that 3C? Yeah. Yeah, that was the 3C. He didn't stun her, though. That's the thing about Hilda. Anyway, taking her first life is still... Oh, he took the anti-crit aura as well. Who can take advantage of that? Winkelmann might be baiting D-Hart here. He knows that D-Hart can crit. It's worth it for Lukcid to go for it, so here comes D-Hart. Not quite enough to kill. Now if he leaves him here in stun range, is that T-Jess going to be able to reach him? Because she can safely go here and stay in guard range. Act again with Strengthen. Are you going to leave guard range just to kill that? Yep. Alright, D-Hart's down. T-Jess vulnerable. And here we see that rare opportunity of catching someone outside Hilda's displace range. Nevercid gets to make use of this Archon after all. Definitely worth it to take out that dangling T-Jess. So Winkelmann has a 1 life Hilda, a stunned Cherie. Lostom still ready to come into the action. He didn't bring his Guard Ignore, he didn't need it because no tank on Nevercid's side, so he's got the higher modifier on Air Slash instead. And he's got his Pirate Boys ready as well. So what's his priority? Who's he gonna go for first? Could be Lostum, could be Archon. Archon has a revive. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'd probably go for Lostum here. I'm just gonna go for the Golem. Interesting. Yeah, maybe that's alright. Not sure if it would have killed Lostum, I guess. Alright, so we got the big 3C. That's still actually not enough to finish off that injured Hilda. Oh, Archon. He is in water, so he'll revive at like 60% health, so if this Lostum decides to just stay back and kill this, he won't be able to follow up, kill it off with this injured Hilda. If he revived at 10%, maybe, but if he revives at 60%, Hilda's not going to be able to finish him off for the double tap. I think Lukcid's looking in good shape here. He still has a couple good units. Even without the Golem, she can kind of stay back and help to combo this to death and basically just reset the engagement. Lukcid will still be back. I guess he does have to worry a little bit about Cherie waking up from this stun and then coming in to be able to combo. So there's the first life off the Archon. He's in water, so he's got that nice, chonky, healthy revive. Okay. Taking the Cherie off the table as well. Doesn't have to worry about her waking up now. That was the guard ignore skill. He did it from melee range. No real reason not to. She was stunned anyway, so... So, are these guys going to combo down this Archon? Yes. That leaves Winkelmann with essentially a tank and his own Lostum. Versus a Lostum, Lucretia with no revives, an Archon with no revives, and a pretty healthy IBC. Let's go, Winkelmann. What can your Lostum do? Is it Lostum carry time? I kinda don't think it is. Turn cooldown though. Not like it's going to come into play in this match anymore. Okay, he does stun the Lostum at least. And Archon's skills are on cooldown. She has no Golem and only AoEs right now. Oh, Hilda barely goes down. So it really is going to have to be the Lostum show. I can't see it happening. Really just this IBC being so primed and ready. She just has to get into position here. Oh, she's gonna kill him right here. So Lukcid 2-0. Uh, 99% sure this round of eliminations is best of 3. I think it's only once you start getting to like the final matches that it's best of 5. So I think this is over. And it goes to Lukcid advancing to the top 32. Winkelmann goes out in the top 64, still an excellent performance. And actually in the Summit der Langrisser like predictions bracket, I think Winkelmann predicted that Lukcid would beat him. So maybe he's secretly going for the prediction pot instead of the actual, you know, winning the tournament. Cheesing the prediction pot by making sure his match goes how he thought it would. Anyway, excellent game to both players. It was good to see some Lostum in play there in the second game. I'm going to quickly check the status of the... Yeah, they're not loading back in, so it looks like this was indeed a best of 3. So many characters moving half the map. Yeah, that's one super stressful thing, Zell, about these kinds of trade down boxes, is you basically have your side of the map. You know someone's coming in, you know someone's going to kill one of your units, and you just have to be ready to kill them when they do come in. Oh, look at that. Reset time. I have, I guess I have 2 matches that I could show. Let me bring them up. I have my matches from last week, but there's no sense in going through all those. So I have 2 matches from today that I can show, just to keep the old Apex train going. Although in the video of this stream, it's going to be weird for it to be like a Summit der Langrisser match, and then 2 random Kong matches. But, you know what? It's my stream, so I'ma do what I want. Alright. So my first match today... Excuse me, these matches were all in the last window because I was busy for the rest of the actual day. I just got in for the evening. And I had time for 2 matches. And so my first one was against Veet, who has an interesting box here with Autocrato and Omega. Omega, huh? So you can see I've got a variation of my pretty normal box. I forget who I dropped for Lostum. Who's missing here? Cherie? Cherie's missing? Yeah, so I must have dropped Cherie for Lostum for this one. I guess my reasoning was that he kind of does Cherie stuff. So if I got a chance to play him, I'd see what he's like. So I like to ban Lucretia or Watham first in most of these kinds of boxes. Sometimes I'll go for IBC first. And he's first picking Autocrato. I still want to secure an assassin just in case, because I notice he does have a few tanks here, so I know I'm going to be dealing with a tank regardless. He does get his IBC. And then he does get his tank. So I banned Hilda, leaving him with 2 tanks. That's kind of to force a tank pick there. Knowing that I would then be able to ban at least a healer. So I banned the Kyra and the Rosenseal, which are the 2 real strong anti-AoE options he has left. With an auto and inevitably a healer and a tank, I figured I would probably have to pivot to AoE for this one. Not really knowing how good my physical assassins were going to be against these bulky units within Lando and Auto Auras. I don't know what Covenant Veet has built, but with new Covenant stats, it's better safe than sorry. I figured they might be super bulky. So I have the option to go AoE on Lucretia, AoE on Watham. And then I just get a buffer and a healer here to mainly stop this auto from doing anything too disruptive. So he's got 2 tanks, he's got auto with a couple AoEs, he's got a healer, and he has IBC. So IBC, the number 1 threat. Number 2 threat, a distant number 2 threat is this auto. Since I have Rosen, he's a distant number 2. He can still do some annoying stuff, like he has long-range AoEs and he can scramble my team. So I did bring AoE on Watham. I have Oboro here just for later in the game. Since he has a couple tanks, I figured I might need to be able to ignore guard later. And he's not a really, he's not set up for rush, so my Oboro should be safe for most of the game. I shouldn't have to worry about him getting picked off early. I did bring Miracle to boost my attack, since I didn't go with mass attack on anyone. He's just faction buffing himself. So Miracle will give me some damage up. And I brought an AoE on her as well, just in case I need to splash it out there. And possibly open up an opportunity for him to assassinate an injured unit. So let's see if that works out for us. Kind of a weird choice there on my Rosen. Okay, so just plunking Oboro down in his Oboroization position. That's where he's going to sit for the next few turns. I'm also trying to spread out a little bit, knowing that that auto AoE can possibly be annoying. I'm just outside of IBC range down here as well. Okay, so she's going to go ahead and auto just the kind of center of my team. Lucretia, Rosen. He clocks it as well. I can still reach with Black Hole. Oh, and he stole my Crystal Healing. So he gets to heal up a little bit after that AoE. So back to safety for my Luke. That's just to put a little bit of damage on the team. My goal at this point is really to be able to hopefully get another AoE off. Like, I want to see if he's going to heal this initial damage. Or move this so it's not threatening me anymore. Because I want to be able to come in with my Watham and AoE again without this thing just immediately killing me. So if he commits this, that's great. And then once she's damaged, like I know I have auras to contend with here, once she's damaged from one of these AoEs, then he can come in and take her out. And then I can just clean up the rest on my own time. So that's what I'm kind of hoping to do at this point in the game. Alright, he did save it for last, so I couldn't jump in while keeping Epsilon's turn, but I can jump in right at the end of his turn, get a little AoE off. Doesn't really do much in the way of debuffs for her, but it does damage her a little. Unfortunately, she is able to heal that, but her 3C just barely unable to finish off this Watham. Now, my Watham's already pretty toast, and he's already really committed, so I take this opportunity just to double down. Go right into the midst of the enemies and AoE again. Can't waste a good clock. Now this scramble is annoying because it puts my Epsilon way back here. It didn't steal my faction buff, so that's a blessing. But Epsilon is well outside of running in to pick off my DC range. So I'm just going to keep hammering with a couple more AoEs. Another AoE in here with my sanction. Watham's definitely going down this time. And his team's still in decent shape. Like, she's doing a pretty good job of keeping them healed up. Other than this heal blocked Autocrato. So far I've traded Watham's life for basically a couple Epsilon stacks. I figure it's better safe than sorry. I don't want another AoE coming in, so I just take my shot, run down, finish him off. I'm outside of her threat range again since she's already used her skills. But he is able to pop my shield with his annoying little AoE thing. So I'm just going to throw some damage out at this point. So I have turn priority. I'm going to use it to go hide my Epsilon, restore my faction buff, get him out of the way, and he's just gonna keep threatening up here in the corner. Veet knows that I want that IBC. So this is just another AoE splash to weaken some units. Doesn't do a great job. Liana brings them all right back to 100%. But there's a more imminent threat than my hiding Epsilon. Oboro, at 4 stacks, gets to ignore guard, gets to fly, gets to attack from a distance, and he's able to kill the IBC amongst these tanks. A little AoE for good measure. That's enough for Veet. No more DPS left, and he doesn't want to try to play for mid. To be honest, he might have been able to. He had 2 tanks and he had Liana, so he could have holed up in mid, and I don't think he would have, like, taken my team out, and I had a pretty decent damage lead, but that could have been an annoying, scrappy game. I'm glad he ran away from that one. So that was game 1. Only 1 game left. So for my second game of the night, this one actually overlapped with the window closing, so it went into overtime, so to speak. We've got Nier, who's already Lang rank. Actually, last time I checked was rank 17, so I was at 1720, he would have been at like 1920. So Langrisser matchmaking at its finest, but it is what it is. It's all part of the climb. I have my same box that I had before. Nier has a strong AoE box here. Several frightening AoEers. So, subsequently, he first bans my Rosen Seal. It makes sense. I have a lot of options for first bans. I like the first ban Watham here. Just because even if he's not AoEing himself, he can definitely take advantage of an opening AoE from Nier's team, damaging all my units, and then being able to jump in and basically kill whoever he wants. So, you know, as I said before, I like Watham first bans, I like Lucretia first bans. This time I went with Watham. I went with a Kyra, anticipating an early pick Clotaire. Kyra is a pretty decent counter to that, because she heals when she gets hit with AoE. And she can also do her 3C and heal your team and remove debuffs. So sure enough, Nier goes with the first pick Clotaire. So we'll see if my plan pans out or not. So I get rid of my other scary pick here, Lucretia. She's off the table. And also Emperor Lavina, who's a good mobility booster and AoE follow-up himself. The other mobility booster here is IBC, but she has less like AoE combo potential, so I thought Lavina would be a better early ban there. And now I'm basically just picking units I think can, like, 1-for-1 kill the units that he sends in. D-Heart has a little bit of extra value because he doesn't have any immunity left in his team, so I figure I could get a kill and stun someone. It's kind of like a 2-for-1. And then again, no healing, no debuff immunity, so Himiko's there partially to pop his shield. Even though she's pretty weak to AoE, so I do have to be careful of her getting AoE comboed and just taken out before she can do anything. So we'll take a look at what we got here. I just went single target and I brought mass attack on my Lucretia. Single target because I figure these guys are going to be split up most of the time, so she's just going to need to pick someone. Pretty standard. Pretty standard Kurt. Pretty standard everyone. Accelerated aid on Epsilon again. And my goal, before the Clotaire inevitably comes in, is going to be to spread out. And other than that, I want to keep at least one strong single target, like someone who I think can get a kill on whoever he sends in. I'm trying to stay out of Helena range as best as I can here. Helena's probably going to be his most difficult unit for me to single target one shot. Okay, so it's Clotaire time. He is going to come in. So we get that little Kyra heal. She does one-shot him. I'll be able to teleport back to my team. Oh yeah, need enough faith. Heal up. Remove those Clotaire debuffs. Boom, it's like it never even happened. Now for this, I'm not sure if Nier went in shivving, expecting to hit someone, and then realized it was Himiko, so he left, or if he did that on purpose to lay tiles. Either way, it lets me reach with D-Heart. He's not quite going to get the kill, but I am able to go onto the defensive terrain and stun her. Now the next unit to go on this AoE train is coming in. And poor old Himiko's getting AoE'd again. This was a mistake. Himiko ran in. I tried to seal him, but he was immune. So part of that was for me to get like in the way right up front, knowing that these two last units wouldn't be able to single target attack her. Thankfully, she barely survives that little spike, so she's sitting there pretty darn hurt. So with my seal technique not working, I figure I might as well follow up with Kyra. She comes in and secures the kill. I would have liked to be able to use her for something else, but made a mistake there. So my D-Heart's toast here. This is a trade down game, alright. I took the Kurt, now he takes the D-Heart. Now I'm going to be able to take the IBC with a big Reaper from way back here. He uses this annoying little Kurt painting to pop my ST immunity. And I move way up into position knowing I have my hide available, so no one can really hurt me yet. It gives me the ability to go kind of wherever I want on the map at the start of next turn. I have turn priority thanks to this thing still not acting yet. Hinder stun. Okay, so here's the throw of the match. I tried to single target... I got really greedy and tried to single target this injured Angels on terrain Helena with my magical unit. I could have just come up here and killed it with Epsilon. I would have still had my shield, but I got super greedy. Time was actually ticking down, backup time was ticking down. Obviously that's not a kill, I'm not sure what I was thinking there, but that's why it's the throw of the match. So I decide to run Lucretia back, knowing I'm going to need her for later in this match against Epsilon now. And this Helena is able to easily finish off my remaining injured units in the middle. Gross. Now I do what I should have done this whole time. Use my Epsilon to kill that Helena. I still have my shield, so that's good. But it is going to be slightly more awkward killing this Epsilon now, because I know I have to pop the shield before I can hurt him. So my goal here is obviously to give his Epsilon the choice of being able to either kill my Epsilon and then I can combo him by breaking the shield with Vance and then single target killing him with Reaper, or if he wants to kill Vance or Lucretia instead of killing Epsilon, I can do the same kind of thing where I can like pop the shield with one of these units and then get the kill with the other. That's kind of why I'm hiding all back here, is to give his Epsilon the choice, and then I can try to combo with whatever units I have. So he smartly is going to go for the Epsilon kill. And now my plan is about to come to fruition. Vance pops this bubble, and I have an easy Dark Reaper. Oh no, it's not easy at all. He survives with 1500. Oh. That would have been the game. Because what's this puppet gonna do against Lucretia with a revive? Even if she doesn't have any skills. 1500. You know what? I went and I checked my gear after this match, and I still had some like weird random Ragnarok of the Realms gear on her. I was warning everyone I knew, don't forget to check your gear. The problem with her is she had gear that looked normal, like it wasn't like she had gear slots empty. But her int was like 30 less than what I'm used to having it. And sadly, it came down to, even after my mistake going after that Helena, it came down to Luke missing a kill with tiny little baby int. So not much I'm able to do at this point. His shield's gonna go back up, and I don't have Reaper anymore. So all I can do is single target. I do actually come close again there through the shield, but definitely not going to be, not going to be killing him here. And he's able to easily one-shot me from full through Sorks. I mean, it's an Epsilon and Zombos on a tree, so what do you expect? Super good game to close the night. Really close one between me and Nier. Couple mistakes on my side, sadly, but a good game and a worthy opponent, so I learned my lesson. I learned a couple lessons after that one. I've got my Luke all re-geared for tomorrow. Just in time, thankfully. So yeah, I ended up My epic win streak sadly came to an end, which means grinding up through Gold 2 is going to be the slow way instead of getting like 25 points for win. Gonna have to build that win streak up again. Let's see what we got in the Sunday shop. Hey, Wheels of Fate, I always buy them. Gold, I always buy gold. Defense Surge Stones. I don't really need Angines for crystals either. I'll take stuff for rando tickets. Ooh, an accessory. Ooh, a rare enchant gift pack on sale too. Hello, Breeze. Do we want Int Surge Stones? Nah. What do we want for an accessory? We want a Twilight Star, a Bracer. Oh, Laws of Creation. I don't even have Laws of Creation yet. Oh, it's just a drop near. Well, a little drop near never hurt anyone. These are so overpriced. Look at that. 420 crystals. Take some more Breeze Scrolls, though. I'll even take a half-price Dragon Voucher. Just save those up for whenever I need them. Whenever that ends up being. I did end up getting lucky and getting a couple Lost Bows, so I don't actually need to grind the Dark Dragon right now. I only have one Boner Crusher, so probably wouldn't mind getting another Boner Crusher. I'm not sure who I'd use it for, though. But having just one of a weapon, I like to have options, right? And I still do want at least one more copy of Glory of the World, at least one more copy of Tiamat, so kind of more interested in the red, blue, and the Thunder Dragon, more so than the Dark Dragon at this point. Anyways, I'm rambling, it's way past reset time. I'll go do my dailies off stream. Thanks for coming out and cheering on Winkelmann and Lukcid, and thanks for sitting through a couple of my Little Kong replays. I don't like to stream my games live because I get too distracted and try to talk through my matches too much, so replays is what you guys got to live with. Best of luck in your own Apex matches tomorrow. I'll catch you all in the next one. Happy Langrissing, everyone.